Welcome. How is everyone today? My name is Kelly, and you see Maxwell over here who's joining us. Thank you for coming, showing up to your mat. Let's do a 30-minute practice. The idea today are bringing your awareness to your feet through the practice. And a lot of the poses that we'll do will be, of course, emphasizing feet and your grounding. So let's start with your feet together, like this. So in Baddha Konasana, your feet together, your knees are out, like that. And if you need to, you can prop something underneath, right? So sitting up tall. And feel the soles of the feet together. Press the balls of your feet and your toes and your heels together. And if you bring your feet out farther away, your heels farther from the groin, it's maybe easier on your knees. Maybe you want to bring your feet in closer to your knees. It's a little more difficult. Inner thigh stretch. And then just grab the sides of your feet or the top of your feet and gently pull towards your feet, your chest. So feeling the stretch in your legs, just that little bit more. Inhale and lift up. And now cross your legs and come up onto your hands. Move your knees back to the center, your hands back to the center of the mat. And tuck your toes under. Feel the arches of your feet stretch out with the toes tucked under. Press the hands into the floor, pushing the floor away, spreading through the top of your shoulders or the back of your shoulders. Now come back to that tabletop position. Keep your toes tucked under, stretching the bottom of your feet. And then pull your belly in, pull the navel in, and shift your weight back again, heels towards our glutes towards your heels. Let's do it again. So tabletop position, round your back, and then sink your glutes back to your heels. Push the floor away. Now let's lift up into downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, you probably need to create some more length for the lower back. So walk your feet out further. Shift forward into plank so you can kind of measure where you are. Your shoulders over your wrists in plank, your heels over the balls of your feet. Now lift up your hips, downward facing dog. Reach the heels towards the back of the mat, but probably not reaching to the floor. The length of your downward facing dog should be more comfortable for your back rather than trying to get your heels to the floor. Now walk your feet or pedal the feet right and left. Feeling the toes, the balls of your feet, the arches as you reach the heels towards the floor. Keep that motion going slowly and controlled. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your right foot forward to your hands and set your knee down on the floor. And just look forward for a moment. Lift your head, put your hands on your thigh, on the front. Inhale and reach your arms up. Shift your hips forward. Keep your toes tucked under back there. And reach up. Then exhale, bring your hands down and flex your foot in the front. Stretching the hamstring for a moment. Put your foot flat. Inhale and reach your arms up. And then exhale, sweep back, flex your foot in the front. We'll do that one more time. So 3 times. Flex your foot, spread your toes, and set your foot down. Inhale and reach. All the way up. Exhale your hands to the floor. Now let's step forward and change sides. So lift up and fold. Lengthen the head forward. Step your right leg back. Put the knee down on the floor. Look forward and set up your hands on your thigh. Lift your chest away from the thigh. Look forward. And now hands to the floor. Ardha Hanumasana, or half split pose. Flex your foot in the front. Good. Exhale, foot to the floor. Inhale, reach your arms. Both arms. Exhale, your hands to the floor. Shift back. Warming up the leg, the hamstring right here, the flexors in the front, pressing your foot, the forward foot into the floor, feeling your balance with your toes, the ball of your foot, the heel. Good, now put your foot flat and we're gonna lift your right knee, step forward. Bring the hands to the thighs. With your back flat, lift all the way up and reach. Arms to the sky. Exhale your hands to your heart. All right, bring your feet underneath your hips. Lift up your toes and set them down, spreading the toes apart. And then reach the arms up, soften the knees. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. And then using the hands, tip the body forward so you're hinging at the hips rather than bending the spine. So tip the body all the way forward, and then at a certain point, the upper back kind of rounds over. But you're keeping that same bending position from hinging at the hips. Lengthen the head forward. Exhale, fold. Now place your hands on the floor, step back right leg, and then your left leg. We're gonna go through a vinyasa. Lower down to the mat, all the way. 3 times cobra pose. So slide your hands, elbows draw in towards each other, press into your fingertips, lift your chest away from the floor, abs contracted. Inhale, exhale, lower. Look down at the mat. Inhale, bring the chest up, head back. Exhale, lower. Do that again. Inhale, lift up, elbows in. Now, tuck your toes under, lift your hips, and reach your hips up, downward facing dog. Again, pedal your heels, reaching the heels towards the floor. Strengthening the feet, the arches of your feet. Look back behind. In fact, tuck your chin right here so the back of your neck lengthens. Good. Now walk your feet to your hands. Lengthening your head forward, bring your hands to your thighs with a flat back. Lift all the way up. Press into your feet, you're grounding, and then contracting your abs. So feeling the integrity of the entire body from your feet to the crown of your head. Lift up so balance in your left foot, lift up your right. And if you need to stand near something to balance, do that. Otherwise, balancing right here on your left foot, rotate your right foot out and around, and then rotate the other way. Looking forward. And now bring the heel down or back behind you. Reach for your foot. Grab your toes. So pull the heel towards your glute, reaching the shoulder or elbow back behind you for a quad stretch. Breathe in, arm to the side for balance. Straightening that left leg for strength. Keep pressing into the left toes and pull the heel towards the glute. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, let your foot go, but not going too far from there. Bring your ankle to your knee and sink your hip back into standing pigeon pose. So hand at your knee, hand at your ankle, spread your toes right here by flexing your foot in. Pull the toes towards the shin. Take a deep breath in, and then lift up, set your foot down on the floor. And let's change sides. So first, stand, press your toes into the floor, look down, see space between the toes. Press into all 4 corners of the feet.
So the toes, the balls of your feet on each side, the heels on each side, inside and outside of your feet. Standing in your right leg, lift your left leg up, rotate your foot around, and then rotate the opposite direction. Looking forward, and then hold. So point your toes, bring your heel back behind, reach for the top of the foot first, and then elbow points to the rear, chest open, move the fingers to the top of the toes, elbow points back. Reaching your arm to your side for balance. Pull your heel towards your glute. Getting a nice quad stretch, also the psoas muscles, the front of the hip. Breathe in, breathe out. Now start to let that go. Place your ankle on your knee and hinge or bring your hips back. Weight in your heel, reach for your ankle. If you need a chair or something to hold your balance, then do that. Spread your toes, flex the foot towards your shin, look forward, relax the shoulders. We'll come back here and do this again. Lift all the way up, lift your knee, and set your foot down. So step to the front of your mat, bring your hands to your heart, and reach your arms up. Exhale your arms down to your sides, bring your hands to your hips. Use your hands to hinge forward at the hips. And remember, at a certain point, you get to that point where you drop the shoulders over and the head over, but you still have that space for your lumbar spine from hinging from the hips, folding over. Lengthen the head forward. Let's go through a vinyasa. Plant your hands. If you're hopping back, be sure to land softly, tucking your toes under, lower down to the mat, elbows in. Lift up your chest, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And you can do a rotation with your right foot, just like we did when we were standing. Now bend your knee and turn your knee out, and then do a rotation at your ankle joint. Both directions. And then extend the leg straight. Look forward, step your right foot forward. Stay keep your knee off the mat this time. Start to look forward, hand at your thigh. Brace just for a moment. Keep your balance. So your feet are grounding you, helping you keep balance. Straighten the back leg, the left leg. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Roll your shoulders back. So now from here, we're going to balance on that right foot. And step forward and lift your left knee up. So just try. Slide your leg in, bring your knee up. Just like we did before, rotate your foot around both directions. And then reach down, grab the top of your foot, point the knee towards the floor, heel towards the glute, shoulder back, fingers to the top of the toes. If you can, reach your arm up this time. And now reach the chest forward. Just do a modified Lord of the Dance pose. Point your knee to the rear. Keep your chest up tall. Push your foot into your hand. Abs in, so don't go into a back bend right here. Draw your abs in. Not too much anyway, comfortably. So again, modified. Now bring your knee in, knees side by side. Just try not to set your foot down. Bring the knee up. Place your foot at the ankle at your knee. Sink the weight back into your heel back there. Breathe in and then breathe out. Now lift up. Set your foot down. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. So remember, fold over just like we did before, hinging forward. Send all the way over, hands to the mat, step back or float back. Be careful of the toes. Lower down to the mat, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog.
Lift your left leg up. So push the floor away, downward facing dog with your left leg up, 3-limb dog. Rotate your foot both directions. And then bend your knee, turn your knee out and rotate. So now you're in twisting, 3-limb dog, rotating at the ankle joint. Feel your toes along the ride. Now extend the leg, look forward, step your left foot forward. Coming into crescent lunge or high lunge, bring the hands to the thigh, brace, lifting up your chest, extend through the back leg straight, shoulders rolled back, pull your abs in, and make sure your forward knee is over your ankle. Bring your hands to your heart. So we're just gonna step forward, try to balance on the left foot, lift up, grab your right knee all the way up, rotate the other way. Good. Now reach your hand down for the top of your foot, pull your heel back, behind, and then reach your arm up for balance. Press your foot into your hand. So as you do that, your leg maybe lifts up higher, pointing your knee towards the rear, getting that nice quad stretch. Look forward, just modifying this Lord of the Dance pose. Good, now knees side by side, and bring your ankle to your knee. Continuing to balance, strengthening the leg on the left side. Press your hand into the knee, look forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and lift and place your foot on the floor. Inhale, reach your arms up and lift up onto the balls of your feet, strengthening the ankles. Now lower down, come into a chair pose, reach forward and stand. So your legs are close together, knees together, lift up onto the balls of your feet, lower your heels down into chair pose. Abs in, do that again. Inhale and lift up, and then lower down into chair pose. One more time. So lift up out of that squatting position or the chair. Lift your heels off the floor. Let's do it one more time. Lower down. Inhale, strengthening the feet, the ankles. Lower down. Good. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale. Fold over. Lengthen your head forward, step back or float back, go through a vinyasa, lower down, inhale up dog, exhale downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up, stretch it out away from you, turn your toes out and bend your knee. Then extend the leg straight, look forward, step your right foot forward. Put your heel down and reach up to warrior 2 from there. So opening the body to the side, look back at your back hand, check it out, and then bring the left hand to the back of your left leg, and look down at the left foot. Press into the back of your leg, look at your foot. It should be at an angle, press your toes into the floor. Now turn your gaze up to your right hand, reach the right arm up over the ear. Good. Now sweep your arm forward, step forward, chair. Sink your hips down. Inhale, lift up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, lower down. Good, now lift your left leg up. Set your ankle on your knee. And sink your hips down. Standing pigeon pose. Inhale and lift up. Grab your foot. Bring your foot around. Lord of the Dance pose. So reaching the right arm and bring that left leg back, pulling it back. Good. Now bring your knees side by side. Set your foot down. Inhale and reach up. With a flat back, exhale, fold. Fold properly. Protect the lower back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back or float back. Going through a vinyasa. Lower down,
Bring your chest up, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look back behind, lift your left leg up, inhale. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. Push the floor away. Then extend the leg straight. Look forward, step your foot to your hands. Set your heel down, warrior two. So opening your body to the side, reach your arms, knee over your ankle, and you want to kind of really intentionally press that knee out, engaging the inner thigh muscle right there. Reaching your arms, relax the shoulders over, right over your hips. Now look down, look back at your right foot, right hand. Sweep the hand down to the back of your leg. Keep pressing into that rear foot. Lift the arch of your back foot. Reach the left arm up and over the ear. Good. Now, warrior two. Step forward. Chair. Inhale. Lift up onto the balls of your feet. And then exhale, lower down. Lower down a little bit more. And then fold over. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your legs back, but come put your knees on the floor. Tuck your toes under. Walk your hands to your knees and sit on your heels. So stretching at the toe joint. If that's okay, if that doesn't work for you, just stay up here and keep those toes tucked under. Right? So little tension, a little strain, or not strain, but tension possibly here. Hands at the top of your thighs. Take a breath in. Exhale that out. So take two more, or breathe in and out 2 more times. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Now, sweep your feet out from underneath you. Bring the soles of your feet together like we did in the beginning of class. Baddha Konasana. Now, open your feet by grabbing the balls of your feet and bringing the edge of your feet together. Now use your hands, press into the heels, use your thumbs, and then press into the soles of your feet, the arches of your feet. And then move up to the toes. And sit up tall. Then exhale, use the grip of the toes or the feet and pull yourself closer to your legs. Feels definitely better than the first time we did this. Now that you're slightly more warmed up, take a breath in. Exhale that out. Inhale and lift up. Now extend your legs out straight along the floor. Sit up on your sitting bones. So similar to folding over when we're standing, right? So your feet otherwise would be, if we were standing, folding over. Same thing, right now we're just up against the floor, so it's a little, your fold won't be quite as low because your hips can't go anywhere, of course. But think about the space between your ribs and the hip points again, and fold forward, hinging at the hips, and at the point where you start to, the space between your thumbs and your hips lessens, I want you to stop right there. So you're folding forward and keeping that space between the bottom of your ribs and the hip points. So lengthening, keeping the length in the lumbar spine, then reach your hands for the side of your legs. Take a breath in. So your legs are separated just slightly. As you exhale, lean further in. And you can round the upper back over just slightly, relaxing your shoulders. Turn your head right, and then turn your head left. Turn your head right, and then turn your head left. And then look down, and maybe you can reach further and grab the bottom of your feet, the heels, or the arches, and squeeze. If you can't do that, just hands at your shins and try to pull against the skin or the material of your pants
to pull yourself in a little bit more. 3 more breaths right here. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale and lift.
Place your right foot on the inside of your left leg. And just look forward. Sit up tall. Pull that leg in. And so lengthening the lower back. Bring your arm on the inside of your knee so your knee stays on the inside of on the outside of the shoulder. And then walk your hands forward. Keep that leg snug to the shoulder. Walking your arms forward. If you want to get a bind right here for a moment, you'd reach your right arm around the leg and reach around and grab your wrist or your fingers behind there. And then tip your chest forward. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your foot flexed. Look at your toes. Inhale and lift your body up. Extend the right leg out, opposite side. So place the foot flat on the floor, sit up tall. Bring the heel close to your glute. Now your foot's just slightly away from the leg so that you can move your shoulder on the inside of your knee, all right? So snug or pull that knee into your shoulder. Place your hands on the floor and then walk forward. Inhale. Make sure this foot, you're not letting the foot drop out. So your calf is pressing into the floor, left foot into the floor, and then reach around and maybe bind. So this gives your shoulders a stretch also, especially that right shoulder. Leaning forward with your chest. Keep pressing into the calf, toes pointing up. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the leg in. And then exhale. Inhale and lift your chest. Feet together. Reach, press the thumbs into the heels. Press the thumbs into the arches of your feet. And then just at the toes, and then grab the toes. Good. All right, so now cross your legs. Bring your hands together to your heart and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in together. Open your mouths, fully exhale. Bowing your chins. I appreciate you being here, for participating. Namaste. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. If you're joining me for the longer 60-minute class, Yoga Fit, 8 o'clock. So we've got 15 minutes. Go get a cup of coffee, relax for a moment, and then we'll relax with yoga. So thank you. My name is Kelly, and I appreciate you doing the practice. Leave your comments, and I'll see you again. Bye.